जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय। जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे। निताय गौर हरि बोल। Prabhupada. हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। नमो विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय स्मृते। Hare Krishna. Welcome to everybody to our Bhagavad Gita class. I seek all your blessings to share my understandings on this Bhagavad Gita. So we are going to discuss text 12 from chapter 15. Bhagavad Gita as it is, the yoga of the Supreme Person. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 15, text 12. Yadaditya gatam tejo jagat bhasayate khilam yat chandramasya chagno tat tejo vidhi mamakam. Yadaditya gatam tejo jagat bhasayate khilam yat chandramasi yat chagno tat tejo vidhi mamakam. We have to share the screen. So word to word meaning, yat, that which, aditya gatam, in the sunshine, teja, splendor, jagat, the whole world, bhasayate, illuminates, akhilam, entirely, yat, that which, chandramasi, in the moon, yat, that which, cha, also, agnav, in fire, tat, that, tejaha, splendor, vidhi, understand, mamakam, from me. Translation: the splendor of the sun which dissipates me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Cannot understand how things are taking place, but one can begin to be established in knowledge by understanding what the Lord explains here. Everyone sees the sun, moon, fire, and electricity. One should simply try to understand that the splendor of the sun, the splendor of the moon, and the splendor of electricity or fire are coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In such a conception of life, the beginning of Krishna consciousness lies a great deal of advancement for the conditioned soul in this material world. The living entities are essentially the parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, and he is giving herewith the hint how they can come back to Godhead, back to home. From this verse, we can understand that the sun is illuminating the whole solar system. There are different universes and solar systems, and there are different suns, moons, and planets also. But in each universe, there is only one sun. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.21, the moon is one of the stars. Nakshatra-nam aham sasi. Sunlight is due to the spiritual effulgence in the spiritual sky of the Supreme Lord. With the rise of the sun, the activities of human beings are set up. They set fire to prepare their foodstuff. They set fire to start the factories, etc. So many things are done with the help of fire. Therefore, sunshine, fire, and moonlight are so pleasing to the living entities. Without their help, no living entity can live. So if one can understand that the light and splendor of the sun, moon, and fire are emanating from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, then once Krishna consciousness will begin. By the moonshine, all the vegetables are nourished. The moonshine is so pleasing that people can easily understand that they are living by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Without his mercy, there cannot be sun. Without his mercy, there cannot be moon. And without his mercy, there cannot be fire. And without the help of sun, moon, and fire, no one can live. These are some thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in the conditioned soul. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnanadana Salakaya Chakkhurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthavitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavasya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhatam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Love Shri Visakhanitansya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. Mancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, in text 12, Krishna gives a message. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also come from me. So this is the message that Krishna is going to give us, or is giving this message. What he wants to convey through this message. So in the text 11, already he has explained that there are two types of personalities. One type is transcendentalists. In text 11, he has explained that the endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated in self-realization can see all this clearly. But those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try. So Krishna explains that there are two classes of people. One is transcendentalist, those who are trained to see the knowledge. They can understand the message of Krishna. Krishna's opulences, Krishna's activities, Krishna's pastimes. So they are in the path of liberation. But another group of people, they are ignorant, whose minds are not developed, who are not situated in knowledge, who are not situated in self-realization, they cannot understand. So Srila Prabhupada wants to convey this message. So that's why he has written the purport that Krishna here explains that he is giving here with a hint how they can come back to Godhead, back to home. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Krishna is giving a hint. What is that hint? That hint is that Krishna is telling that because these conditioned souls, they are struggling in this material world. That already we have seen in verse number 7. Krishna says, Mamaivansa jivaloka jivabhuta sanatana manasastan indriyani. Although these living entities are my part and parcels, because Krishna is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha, and we are also part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of our Godhead, and so we are also Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. But why we are struggling? Because we are struggling with our mind and senses. So now Krishna wants us to liberate from this struggling, from this material world. That's why he is making so many elaborate arrangements how he wants to take us back to Godhead. Same thing happened with Vyasadeva, because it is Krishna's causeless compassion. And those who are pure devotees, pure devotees of Krishna, they have also lot of concern. For this, see in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 7th chapter, Vyasadeva compiled Veda. He divided into 4 parts. After that, he was not satisfied. He compiled 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, so many things he has done. Still, he was not satisfied at heart. Then Narada Muni comes in the picture. Then he explains that, my dear Prabhu, why you are dissatisfied at heart? You have done so many things, but why you are dissatisfied at heart? Vyasadeva was telling, yes, that was also my question, that I am not able to figure it out, why I am dissatisfied. I tried my best to give complete knowledge. Then Narada told that this knowledge will not help them to develop bhakti in their heart, which will give complete satisfaction. So then Narada Muni told him to go for a meditation. Then Vyasadeva goes for a meditation, and in that meditation he sees Krishna, and he sees the living entities. He saw also Maya. Also, he saw how Maya is under the control of Krishna. And other side, he also saw how the living entities is trapped by Maya. So he has seen a complete picture. Krishna, Maya, living entities, and living entities are struggling hard, because Vyasadeva says, Eya samohita jiva atmanam trigunatmakam Paropi manute anartham tatkritam chavipadyate. Though this living entity are transcendental, Satchitananda, just like Mami Vansa Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. They are part and parcels. But why struggling? Paropi manute anartham. He thinks that is the one of the material product. And Vyasadeva could also see that how these struggling souls can be freed from this material existence. So that was his meditation. And he also saw the remedial measures. What is that remedial measure? He gives the suggestion, Yasya vai sriyamanayam Krishne parama purushe bhaktir utpadayate punsa soka moha bhayapaha. So he has seen that when the conditioned souls hear Yasya vai sriyamanayam Krishne parama purushe, then bhakti will generate in their heart. Bhaktira utpadayate punsa. When bhakti will arise in the heart, then soka moha bhaya, all lamentation, illusion, fear, everything will go away. So that's what Krishna is trying to give this message. Please hear. Because mainly in this material world, nobody wants to hear. But Krishna is taking a compassionate action. Somehow or other he wants his children should come back to him. So we have seen here Srila Prabhupada explains that we are in the material world, we are struggling in this. And there is a spiritual world. And we have seen in 15.6, na tat bhasayate suryo, na sasanka, na pavakaha, yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramamama. There is a spiritual world where there is no need of sun, there is no need of moon, there is no need of electricity. And in this verse, Krishna explains that the splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of the whole world, comes from me. The splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also come from me. So that means in this material world, these things are required. Sun is required, moon is required, fire is required. Why? Because in the spiritual world, the persons, those who are liberated, they reside there. They are beyond the modes of material nature. Their interest is with interest with the Lord. But the conditioned souls, because somehow or other they develop some envy towards Krishna, that's why they have come to the material world, and they have to struggle. But anyway, what Baldev Vidyabhushan, he speaks in his commentary that Krishna says that, okay, you are my part and parcel, you are my ansas, mame vansa, and you don't want to stay in the spiritual world, and you want to go to material world. Okay, you go, but I will provide. You're just like a rebellious son who goes out from his home, generally father, out of compassion, he provides facilities. But at the same time, he makes arrangement so that he comes back to him. So this is what this is what Baldev Vidyabhushan says. Then come back to next point, that why Krishna has to tell that I am, means from me the sun or the splendor comes from me, which you are seeing in this material world. So he wants to open our eyes, because these are the basic necessity of our life. Sun, moon, and fire. Without this, we cannot live. If sun is not there, what we will do? We are very proud of our eyes. But in order to see one object, three things are required. The object itself is required, the person is required with his eyes, and light is required. If sun is not there, the whole universe is actually dark. And if fire is not there, there is no question of digestion. Just like our basic needs. Basic needs are roti, kapda, or makan. So in order to have roti, we have to cultivate. To cultivate, to do any activities, at least we require sunlight. And even if you grow something, to grow vegetation, moon is required. Without moonshine, there is no question of vegetation. And even if we get some food and we eat it, in order to have digestion, that power has also come from Krishna. So one has to contemplate that I am here. Why I am struggling in this material world? Who has, suppose we here, I can, one should, Hare Krishna, share the screen. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Share the screen, yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, I want to share screen.
Yeah, I have allowed it, Prabhu. You can do.
Okay. Okay, so here we can see slideshow. Okay, slideshow. Start from beginning. So I want to make a point that when the sun is there, moon is there, and we don't acknowledge that this sun and moon, they are coming from some person. Means there is a person behind the nature. And always we are proud of our space technology. Everything says that everything is automatic. Just take this example, I just want to share that the scientists, they are placing so many satellites. And to control that satellite, so many scientists are required. They have to monitor everything. Without monitoring, anything can happen. So like there are so many parameters they have to monitor. They have to see the orientation, they have to spin, the velocity, orbit decay corrections, Earth satellite distance, then heat dissipation and cosmic radiation. So many things they have to monitor. Means always 24 hours the scientists have to sit and monitor just to see the movement of the satellite. And where we can see here the earth and the sun. The mass of the earth is 6 into 10 to the power 21 metric tons. And the speed, which speed it goes? 106,000 kilometers per hour. And we are saying these are things are coming automatic. They are going automatic. It is actually foolishness. So that is the reason Krishna is explaining that nothing goes just like that. Maya dhekshena prakriti swiyate sacharaachara hetu nanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. So, what is the message Krishna wants to give through this verse? He wants to open our eyes. Okay, then I have to. Okay. So, Krishna wants to give the message that here what you are seeing, this Prakriti is not automatic. Everything, there is a cause, and the cause of all causes is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karana. So one should understand what is nature and who is behind the nature, who is controlling everything. So then when we understand, for example, we have little fever. Just to diagnose the cause of that fever, we are going to hospital and spending lot of money, blood test, urine test, X-ray, this, that, and so many things. But we are in this material world and we are getting free light, free air, free water. We never think from where we are getting. So that means it's a very, we are actually ungrateful. We are taking the facilities from the nature, and even if we don't think that from where it comes, what is my contribution towards that. So that's why Krishna is explaining his vibhuti, his opulences. Please take some time. Think about it. Think about it. Such a beautiful sun. Why it is here? What is the purpose? Beautiful moon is there. What they are teaching us? Fire is there. So one should contemplate, one should meditate. Such a beautiful sky, moon is there, stars are there. From where it has come? So that's what our contemplation should be. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Unless we understand the source of everything, we cannot connect with him, and the whole life will be a struggle. That's why we are struggling in this material world, because we are detached branch from a tree. When the branch is detached, what happens? It dried up. That's what we are struggling in this material world. So that's why this chapter 15 is called Purushottama Yoga. Yoga with Purusha Uttama. Who is the Purusha Uttama? He is Krishna. And we have to link ourselves. How to link? So, first of all, we have to understand whatever we are seeing around us. Isavasyam idam sarvam yat kinch jagatyam jagat. Whatever is there, animate or inanimate, it belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have to think. That means we have to remember at least 5 points. First is acknowledge. Acknowledge the wonderful gifts that we are receiving from Krishna. Unless we acknowledge, we are just ignorant. It's just like we can say that animal life. There are 5 types of realization. That pranamaya, annamaya, jnanamaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya. So what is, that is prana. Just like animals, they are doing eating, sleeping, depending, mating. We are also eating, sleeping, depending, mating. If you don't inquire anything, if you don't acknowledge the wonderful gifts we have received, in order to live in this world, we want electricity, we want water, and every month we are paying the bills to the government. Electricity bill, water bill, road tax, this tax, that tax. But we don't think which is available free of cost. So is it not ungrateful? So when we are ungrateful, then we cannot acknowledge anything. We are always receiving, 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 not giving anything. So it is very important point that one should acknowledge whatever facilities we are getting from Krishna. Like when Brahma came from the navel of Vishnu, he see everywhere from where I have come, who has created me. He contemplated and he felt very insignificant himself. Then when Vishnu gives the service of creation, then Brahma, he himself feeling very insignificant. And he is asking Vishnu, please don't make me proud. Because after some time, if you are giving the service of creation, and if I create something, and there will be a feeling that I have created, I may become proud. So everybody should acknowledge the beautiful gifts that we have received from Krishna. Then we have to appreciate. Appreciate what? The contribution Krishna is providing with so much love, so much compassion, so much self-sacrifice he has done in our life. So that is called appreciate. That's why Krishna, because ignorant people cannot see all these things, so that's why he is telling that you are seeing sun, you are seeing moon, you are seeing fire, those splendors are coming from me. He is opening our eyes to see. Then approach him with humble and submission through genuine prayers and glorification. Because these things are explained how we should be connect with Krishna to get out from this material world. The whole 15th chapter is explaining how we have to strongly connected with the Supreme Lord. So then we should approach with a humble and submission mood through genuine prayers and glorifications. When it will happen? When we understand our insignificant position. Like in 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj offers his prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev. Because when Nrsimhadev appeared, that time everybody was afraid. Nobody is daring to go to near Lord Nrsimhadev. Because he killed Hiranyakasipu and everywhere blood and very fearful feature. But everybody is pushing. Prahlad Maharaj, you go and offer your prayers. In the first prayer, Prahlad Maharaj says that I born in a demoniac family. I don't have any qualification at all. And here, great demigods are there. and they are not able to offer their sweet prayers, how who means is an insignificant person taking birth in a demoniac family can offer suitable prayers? So this mood we have to cultivate. I am speaking for the conditioned souls who are struggling in this material world like me. Unless we are humble and submissive, we cannot appreciate, we cannot approach. Because we are thinking that we are great. What is the need of approaching God? Everything is available. Then when we are approaching with this humble mood, then we'll get opportunity for association with the Supreme Lord and his devotees. When we'll associate with Krishna and his paraphernalia, his sweet name, his sweet devotees, the wonderful form of deities, and we are staying in Vrindavan Dham, associating with Vrindavan Dham, and every day we are studying Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So these association one has to take. And this practice, this conditioned soul has to do. Then what will happen? Krishna will be pleased. Then he will accompany. So please remember these 5A. First of all, acknowledge what we are receiving from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then appreciate. Then after appreciate, then you approach with a humble and submissive mood. Then associate with them. Then finally, Krishna will accompany us 5A to the spiritual world. So, it is very important to remember Krishna always. Acharyas have given the examples. When there is a love between boy and girl, the boy or the girl, what they do? They always think of the other person. Or they want to eagerly hear what he is doing or what she is doing. Or they want to reciprocate with each other by their action. That is, they want to know about the other person. That is what called jnana. They want to reciprocate, karma. And they want to think. That is yoga. So this is karma, jnana, yoga. That's what the whole Bhagavad Gita is teaching us. Karma, jnana, yoga, and mixed together it becomes bhakti. So Krishna wants this whole conditioned souls, he wants to take us back to Godhead. So now the question comes that how we can apply these things in our life. When we see the sun, how we can think of Krishna? That is already Krishna explained. When Arjuna was asking a question that how I can think of you, kesu kesu cha bhavesu. Then Krishna describes all these things, his vibhuti, his opulences, how is among the stars is the moon, and he is among the Adityas is the sun. So many things he is explaining. So same way, we have to always hear Bhagavatam, we have to hear Bhagavad Gita. Then our mind will be sharpened, our intelligence will be sharpened. Then if we see sun, immediately our mind goes, okay, sun is, Krishna means the sun is the source. Krishna is the source of the sun. We can see also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai andhakara, jahan Krishna taha nahi Maya adhikar. When we see the sun, automatically this verse will come to our mind. Krishna Surya Sama. Krishna is just like the sun, Maya is just like the darkness, and wherever sun is there, there is no darkness. Wherever the Krishna is there, there is no question of Maya. So immediately we become Krishna conscious. That's what Prabhupada explains. These are some thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in the conditioned souls. The whole plan how a conditioned soul will move towards liberation. Bhagavatam we read, Krishna Sadama Upagate Dharma Jnana Advisa Kalu Nashta Drusamesa Purana Arka Adunadita. It is explained that when Krishna departs from this world, where this dharma, jnana and all this has been taken shelter. He is telling that when this Kali Yuga Krishna Sodham Upagate, when Krishna went to his own abode, dharma, jnana, advisa, kalu nashta dusamesa, Purana Arka Adunidita. This Bhagavatam Purana has arisen like a brilliant sun in this Kali Yuga. So immediately mind will go. Another Bhagavatam in the 6th canto, it is explained, Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana Agam Dunnanti Kasnena Nihara Eva Bhaskara. What does it mean? Only by devotional service. Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana Agam Dunnanti. Whatever sinful reactions are there, it will be completely burnt by pure devotional service. Just like when sun rises, all the fogs dissipates. So this is the way how we have to remember Krishna when we see the sun. Or we see the sun, how it is impartial, gives light to everybody. Or how it extracts the water, takes it and again makes it cloud, again gives water. So these are the different ways to remember sun. When remember Krishna when we see the sun. Same way when we see moon, immediately mind should go towards Krishna. Nice that prayer. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Susitala. The lotus feet of Nityanand is cool like thousands, koti, crores of moons. So one moon gives so much soothing to our heart. When we see the moon, we get just like a full moon. Yesterday was there full moon. You go to the outside and see such a cooling effect. So when we see the moon, immediately it will come to mind. Krishna is so great. Just by seeing the moon, we are so satisfied. We have seen Sharad Purnima. So this is the way to remember moon. And every day we are chanting the holy name of Krishna. Shreya Chandrika Vitaranam. Just chanting the holy name is just like soothing effect from a moon. Same way fire, when we see fire, without fire we cannot live anything. Every day, morning Mangalarati, Sansara Dhava Nalarita Loka Pranaya Karunya Ganangana. This material world is just like a fire. Ganangana. Every day is a burning fire, material existence. And how to get out of it? We have to take shelter of Krishna and his pure devotee spiritual master. Only then we can be freed from material world. So this is what explained in this verse, and Prabhupada has explained in so many ways that without his mercy there cannot be sun, without his mercy there cannot be moon, and without his mercy there cannot be fire, and without the help of sun, moon and fire no one can live. That means we are completely dependent on Krishna. This is what Krishna is going to give this message. Actually, he is preparing ourselves to come to the position of surrender. Unless we appreciate this, understand this, it's very difficult to surrender. We are thinking that everything is going automatic, but it is not automatic. So, in conclusion, these 5 things we have to always remember. 5A, acknowledge whatever we are receiving from Krishna. These are wonderful gifts. Then appreciate whatever we are getting from Krishna and his devotees, anywhere we should appreciate. Then approach Krishna through his pure devotees, associate with them, then finally Krishna will accompany us to the spiritual world. That is the whole plan Krishna is making us. Okay, we'll stop here. Is there any discussion, any questions? How to do this? Stop share, okay.
Hare Krishna, everybody. I've allowed you to unmute. You can unmute and ask the questions.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anything, any comments, questions?
Prabhuji, I listen, but in some thing I don't understand. Means you say that meaning I don't understand. Means some English I don't understand.
Okay.
Prabhuji, but I understand. You can ask if I remember, then I say. My net is gone.
So which part means you want?
Prabhuji, my net is gone. What you say? I don't.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I not listen you. My net is gone.
Guru Prabhu, you have a question?
Just
Oh,
Hare Krishna,
he's-
Prabhuji.
he's gone.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji is muted.
Are
He's
you
still here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji? Are you listening me? No.
Prabhuji, you are muted.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Prabhu.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, okay. Now it is okay.
Okay, please tell me.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for such a excellent class, giving all scientific knowledge as well as spiritual knowledge. But just a curiosity, I want to ask: everything is coming from Krishna. All
Yes.
trees, and whole earth, seas, everything is coming from Krishna.
Yes.
But
Prabhu.
why Krishna has taken a special verse on this, on sun and moon only here?
Okay, so that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. So this is not only one verse. It will start from here. Text 12, then text 13,
Oh,
text
yes,
14. All these things will go on, and he has explained in chapter 10, chapter 7.
this,
He is explaining so many things. Wherever the whole thing is that the purpose of the human being is to that we have to always remember Krishna, never forget him.
right, Prabhu.
Smartavam satatam Vishnu, vismartavya na jatuchit.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So always remember Krishna, never forget him. So Krishna is making, because we have somehow or other we left Krishna. Now he is making elaborate arrangement how we can think of Krishna. So this same
Right.
question is Arjuna is asking. Bhavesu. These are the ways how you can think of me. And this is chapter 15. He's just giving little bit. This is Purushottama Yoga. This is how we can connect it, depend on sun, moon, practically. Without sun, without moon, we are actually handicapped.
Yes.
So if we can understand this fact, then automatically everything will come one by one.
Right, Prabhu.
That is what I understand.
Thank you very much,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mataji, for giving this opportunity to share my understanding.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.